Welcome to the Builders of Authority podcast, a show committed to helping you build authority for your brand. In the realm of business and personal branding, authority stands as a cornerstone. Authority isn't built overnight, it's built over time. So join us as we build something remarkable together. And now, here's your host, Adam McChesney.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Builders of Authority podcast. Our title sponsor for the podcast is Go High Level, also known as GHL. GHL is the first ever all-in-one platform to give you the tools, resources, support, and you need to succeed and crush your marketing goals. Personally, I've used this software since 2020. It's been a game changer for my business and our clients. If you are looking to level up your CRM and marketing game, then this is the platform to use. You can find a link for a free and extended 30-day trial with tons of Builders of Authority bonuses in the show notes. So take advantage of this opportunity to adopt GHL's amazing software and grow your business. Really excited for another in-person episode today here at Half Coast Studios in St. Louis. This guest and I have been connected for 8+ years playing softball together. Unfortunately, the team's folded. Many of us, I think even older than me, but we're all old now, I guess. Yeah. But nonetheless, he and I built a relationship outside of softball over the last couple of years. Earlier this year, I had the opportunity to be a guest on his show and had a great time. And now it's time to bring him on our show here today. My guest today is Pat Doyle. Pat, welcome to the show, man.
Awesome, man. I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me. I've been following you. I mean, obviously, softball. We've known each other for a long time. For the people that don't know, he's a hell of a softball player.
You as well.
Yeah,
I don't have quite the power, but
but yeah, you were a guy that got on base, and then so happy to be here, man. It's awesome, like watching everything that you've built over the last handful of years, man. It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I tell people, like, there's very few people that I have as a guest on the podcast that like has seen more of the journey probably than you have of like me working for someone and then going
right. Yeah, from the very beginning, and just watching you take off on social media and everything like that. Yeah, it's been because we've been playing softball for a while.
Yeah, I think I started playing like 2016, 2017.
Yeah. So and you started all this when? Probably what?
2020.
Yeah.
So crazy, man. Well, yeah. Tell and obviously I know about you, but tell the listeners who's Pat.
Who's Pat? Well, it depends on what part of my life you're asking. When we first met, I was trying to figure out life as a former professional baseball player, and it's like, where does life go from here? Now, probably my most important job is a father of two. I've got two little boys, Connor and Oliver. That's Connor's 6, Oliver's about to be 5. They're my world. Everything I do is based around them. They're my why. And that kind of leads me into what I do for a living, which is mortgages. So I help finance the American dream. So trying to make it as smooth as easy for people as possible. And for those people that don't think they can, there's so many options for people to get into a house and buy a house that they just don't know about, and making it a smooth process for them to do that. So I mean, in a nutshell, that's what I do, and kind of my identity is around my boys and my job. So
love it, man. So talk to me a little bit about, I know I haven't really asked you, but talk about like playing minor league baseball and then the transition into like life after baseball. I was like gearing up. I'm like, man, I forgot. I got to ask that question.
So, minor league baseball sucks. Like everybody, like, oh, like you're a professional baseball player, and I mean the most I ever made, like, this was before any of this, like the lawsuits and income stuff. So like the most I ever made was like $1,500 a month. Yeah. Wow. So, and you're having to rent places that, I mean, shoot, $500 a month, and you're splitting it with 5 guys just so you can afford it. And I'm like, you're still paying $500 a month to do that.
Yeah.
And I'd sleep on blow up mattresses in the kitchen because there are only 2 bedrooms, and it's that, and like some of the places that you play, like I love some of my people from Bakersfield, California, but Bakersfield, California is a shithole. Like, it's called the armpit of California. And so you're not in super glamorous place like that, like you weren't there, but like, I got lucky. I had an awesome host family when I was in Billings, Montana. And then another like awesome host family. Like, I'm still close with these people today. When I was in Dayton, Ohio, Bakersfield, my first year was in an apartment, went back for part of a second year and lived with the host family who I'm still connected with. She just moved from Bakersfield to Chicago. So I still talk to her. And then, for my brief stint in AA was just more in an apartment / hotel type thing. So, but I mean, it's a lot of travel. I mean, the connections that you make, I mean, I can't really say you make great friends because you're all competing for the same spot.
Yeah.
So like, no matter what, like, I mean, I think probably one of my better friends was a catcher, which is good as a pitcher. You should have your catcher should be a good buddy. But yeah, because him and I were together for most of the way through. But yeah, he was one of my better friends. There was a couple other pitchers that I was close with, but they were guys like me. It's like you had some guys when you go out there, they're like, God, I hope you fuck up.
Yeah.
Instead of like, no, I hope you do good. So now it forces me to be better
Yeah.
than you.
Yeah.
Instead, they're just so like, oh, I just want to be just enough better than you because you fucked up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good luck, buddy. Like if that's how you want to look at this and go about it. But yeah, I mean, super competitive. It ended and I retired. Let's see. I mean, I knew I was done after the season of 2014. But the team that I was playing for traded me to the River City Rascals, which, for those of you who don't know, independent ball. That's another a team here in St. Louis. And from the way they made it sound was like I had to go to spring training for the trade to be official. And I was like, I don't want to fucking no, I don't really want to play anymore. They're like, just go to spring training, do this for us. I'm like, all right. They're like, what do I have to be in shape? They're like, just be presentable. So I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, throw strikes. I'm like, well, I can do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to train to do that. It's been probably 3 years since I stepped on the mound and I was working with a kid on a team that I coach. And it's probably, and I just was able to throw like 8 out of 10 for strikes. So it's not hard to throw strikes, even though guys on the TV make it really hard, make it look hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're transitioning out of that. Honestly, I didn't have much time to think about it. I knew I was wanting to enlist. Like that was one thing that I was thinking about. A buddy from college or from high school was killed in Iraq actually the day that I got drafted for baseball.
Oh, wow.
And so like that, like you don't really like it wasn't a guy that I was super close with, but he was peer group.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't hit you until like you actually lose somebody over there. It's like, wow, that's never going to happen to any of my friends. And then it happened, and it was just like, you know what? I've always had something, for like with military, like friends, family, and I'm just like, maybe that's a route that I want to go. I wasn't sure. But before I could decide that, my mom was like, well, hey, why don't you just come in and try out like just behind the scenes mortgage stuff just so you can make some money while you're home trying to figure this out. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then like I get in there and her and my now business partner were like, why don't you you're here, like why don't you just take the classes, and then like maybe try the licensing and see what happens. So I was like, sure. So basically they paid me the first couple months to just study and take my licensing exam, which as of October 21st was 10 years.
Wow.
Since they hired me, and went and took the test in November and passed. And problem is like right now everybody's like, as of tomorrow, the 1st, everybody starts renewing their licenses. So we'll be getting on that. And then, but I like all the active loan officers are renewing, so they're going to take care of those people first. So I didn't really even have my license until like the following April, which
wow.
I was in spring training. And so got in there and it was just like, I'm done. Went to spring training, did it, knew that I was going to get released, and was like, all right, cool. So just jumped into this full board May of 2015. And so I really didn't have time to think anything else. Like I've said this on my show a few times, and I know this might sound a little cocky, but I knew that whatever I did, I was going to be successful at.
Yeah.
Like I knew, just because of the work ethic that I've always had and always done, I knew that I was going to be successful at what I did. So whether it was financial advising, which was what my degree was in, mortgages, this wasn't even a thought. Like it was just I didn't really even know what a mortgage was. Like I knew my mom did mortgages. I'm like, well, what the fuck is a mortgage?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, what the fuck is a mortgage? And I'm like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, like I had to Google what it meant.
Yeah.
Like I knew that. Like, I'm like, what she does? What she gives money? She works in money. Like, yeah, sure. Let's give it a shot.
That's all
It's
that
close to
stuff.
finance, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
interesting, man. Because like I always like wonder like what. Well, like obviously I knew the pay. You know, I think
yeah,
obviously the pay's probably gotten better,
yeah.
but like with all that stuff that's gone on, but like I always wonder like what is that transition actually like? And I know it crushes a lot of people.
So there's some Facebook groups that I'm a part of for former professional baseball players and active professional baseball players, and I mean you see it a lot. There's like guys are struggling, like they just don't know that was their identity.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know what to do after life. Like my parents raised me to think like, hey, baseball's just a means to an end.
Mhm.
Like, hey, use it to get a college degree,
Yeah.
like that, So got my degree, but they were always like, think of like what it like, think about your like where you actually want to do in life,
Mhm.
not just like baseball's not because you can't do that forever.
Yeah.
And so like I always had that thought, like I know that baseball's not going to be forever.
Yeah.
And there were times where and like in college where I wasn't sure if I was ever going to really make it to have that ability opportunity to play professional baseball. So I mean, it was just one of those things where it was like, you know what, I've always kind of had that in the back of my head where some other kids, like especially kids out of high school,
Yeah.
like I feel awful for some of those kids because they're coming out and by the time they're done or if they do get released, usually it's been about 6 years. So they're like 23, 24.
Mhm.
They're not wanting to go back to college at
Yeah.
23, 24. They don't really know what it is that they want to do.
Yeah.
And so you see a lot more high school guys struggle.
Yeah.
Um, Not so many college guys just because they kind of find themselves while they're in college.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and I know quite a few people that have struggled with that.
Yeah. Well, I always look at it as like a lot of the best athletes, like talent wise, that I grew up with, I and played even high school and soccer and college with. It's like not a lot of them are doing like anything crazy
No.
with life, and it's because like I think I won't necessarily say that all of their parents, from what I know, like said, "Hey, there isn't more to life than soccer," because
Right.
I know their parents said that, but it's like almost when you're so good at that level
Mhm.
and then it taps out at some point and you've had your identity towards that. I think some of the best entrepreneurs and employees and business owners are the ones that had the athletic
Absolutely.
background, were never the most talented, but had the work ethic
Right.
that you and I had. And obviously, like we've got knocked down along the way, but it's not been like, hey, I'm just going to throw in the towel
Right.
and then go do
Exactly.
bare minimum.
Yeah. I mean, so when I recruit for my team, I want athletes.
Mhm.
So like growing my team and what I have, like those are the people that I look for. Like it's
Yeah.
not that, not against anybody else, but like you said, it's just that work ethic, like that drive to get there. And like in my business, you're told no a lot, like a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, try a cold calling a real estate agent is like the worst thing in the fucking world. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
You're calling somebody that doesn't want your call and it, like doesn't act like really doesn't want to talk to you, like it despises you,
Yeah.
and you got to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna get told no over and over and over again, but you can't let that get to you. So it's like I either want that really cocky guy from high school that got told like got shot down so many times. Like I got a buddy of mine, like he was an okay baseball player, but like he moved out to Arizona. But this dude, like you could tell him no, and he'd be back like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
Change your mind yet?
Yeah.
No, I haven't changed my mind. All right, I'll come talk to you in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that's just who he is, and he's got a successful insurance company out in Arizona. But yeah, I mean, it's like guys like that, people like that I love to have. Like anything that's like a mental sport. So like
Yeah.
baseball is huge mentally. People don't realize it, but it is a grind.
Mhm.
Imagine playing 140 games in 162 days. Like, that's a grind.
Yeah.
And that's not even including like spring training where you're going every day and then your off season. But athletes, so golfers, I like talking to golfers. It's another mental game. Runners
Yeah.
are like, you're with yourself for
Yeah.
however long you're running for. Like, and you have to be pushing yourself to
Yeah.
get through it. But yeah, that's what I mean. I couldn't agree with you more in terms of like athletes. I think turn into some of the best entrepreneurs, especially in sales.
Yeah,
So-
sales for sure. So talk to me a little bit of how you built your business, like whether it was like the branding you've done or the networking or your just like sales acumen. How did it kind of come to fruition?
So if you ask some people, they'll tell you that I all came from my mom.
Okay.
But that's the furthest thing from the truth. Like, she brought me in the business, and sure, there was some doors that were open to me that weren't open to others. But
Yeah.
by the time I got into it, the agents that my mom worked with were either retired or dead. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, so I had to start from scratch, and I'm coming into the business. This is '05 or 2015, and technology is really starting to take off, but it's still like in it, like there was none of this.
Yeah.
There was no online marketing. There
Mhm.
was none of that. And so I basically had to do the old school way of doing, just getting out there and knocking on doors. I
Yeah.
mean, and not so much as like people, but I would go into real estate offices, and like this is where my mom came into play, because I could get into real estate offices that others couldn't, just
Yeah.
because of my mom.
Yep.
And so, yeah, did I have an upper hand in that? But I still had to go in and build those relationships. So I went in and I just literally would try and network with and talk to as many people as I possibly could. I mean, honestly, I still do it to this day. There's no reason for me to be in my office.
Yeah.
If I'm in my office, I'm not doing my job.
Yeah.
I think I've been to my office in Imperial maybe like 7 or 8 times this year,
Mhm.
and my team's there. They're amazing, and if I didn't have them, who knows where I would be. But yeah, I mean, I'm out like going from here to a networking event after this, and then then it's phone calls with people, talking to people, setting up meetings, setting up appointments, and really that's the name of the game, is trying to get your name in front of as many people as possible,
Mhm.
and get them to trust you,
Mhm.
get them to open up to you, and get them to be willing and able to share referrals with you.
Yeah.
Um, you know, we're kind of in a tricky spot on what we do as lenders. I don't have like it's not like I'm having a ton of people call me. They're usually going to the real estate agent first, or talking to their financial advisor or something like that. So they're referred to me.
Mhm.
But it's nice because I can refer people out to insurance agents, and
Yeah.
like when refinances happen, talk to people about savings and getting in touch with a financial advisor and things like that. But when it comes to real estate agents, and this is why real estate agents don't really like lenders, is because like there's not like one, we're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
There's so many of us. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to figure out what's going to separate you. And honestly, it's so simple. Like, pick up the fucking phone. Like, literally answer phone calls, talk to clients.
Yeah.
Like that's like the biggest complaint that I get is like they don't want to call my clients back. I'm like, what the like, really? Like, that's I Guild does a great job. They're like, break it down on how many calls and how many leads you get, and then like how much money you made and how much each phone call costs.
Yeah.
No, you don't even have to close that person, but every phone
Just
call,
figure it out.
like every person that I talk to
Yeah.
is like on the phone. Even whether I close them or not, like that's that's $500.
Yeah.
Like, am I just gonna throw $500 away? Fuck that. No.
Yeah.
Like that's the cost of every person that gets referred to me is $500.
Yeah. That's
And
wild.
yeah, so it's like, and people forget about that and don't think about that. But yeah, it's like one of the biggest complaints is just not picking up their phone, or calling back, or even calling or reaching out to clients. And so it's just as simple as that. And you just find those pain points, and you make yourself really good at those pain points, like figuring out like, hey, calling clients. It doesn't sound difficult, but you'd be surprised.
A
It's
lot of
just
people
lazy. It's
overcomplicate.
just laziness.
Yeah.
I mean,
So how have you, because I know you kind of mentioned like technology was just coming out as you started. And I know like following you, you've done a lot more with content on all the different platforms. You've started your own podcast. How has that helped grow your business? And also like, what have you learned from like the before and after of not being heavily involved in doing it and involved?
so when when I first started doing it was back in, shoot, I didn't even go back and look, but I think some of my first videos that I posted were 2016,
Oh,
2017.
wow. Okay.
No, maybe no, we were with Guild already. So 2018.
Hmm.
We didn't merge with Guild until 2018. And back then, compliance was super heavy on it because they didn't know the capabilities of it. So like you could go back to my Facebook page, and like I'm doing words of the day and just or word of the week and just shit like that.
Yeah.
And just a little tiny GoPro just sitting on my desk talking to this little GoPro. Videos are like they look like shit, they sound like shit, but hey, no one was doing it. And I was just posting it out there until Guild came out and like, sorry, you got to submit this through compliance. And like, well, shit, that's going to take like for every video is going to take like 2 weeks to get approved. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. So I just stopped.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time to sit here and record and send it to you and then get it back. I'm like, but then all of a sudden you started to see this shift and now they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm like, sweet. I wish this would have been the case a long time ago because I would have been doing this since 2018.
Yeah.
Who knows where on social media where I would have been at. But for me, I mean, the biggest thing is, you know, it's not so much, like I said, business doesn't necessarily come directly to me.
Yeah.
People are referred to me from somewhere. But what it does is it just solidifies who I am to the people that, like, it's all about building a brand.
Yeah.
Like I've spent the time, I mean, being who I am, but just putting it on camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
And some like we just released like our 92nd episode yesterday or today. You can't fucking joke around and like fake who you are for 92 episodes. Like people would sniff that shit out real quick. So I mean, like if you really want to know who I am and know what type of person I am, literally just go watch. You can see any of the clips that are on social media, watch or listen to any of the podcasts, and then just all the other things that I'm post like about. So like in my stories are always going to be about my kids, coaching baseball, and then working out, things like that. Like just stuff that I don't know, like fuck, I post videos of my feet just walking, like literally just videos of me walking.
Yeah.
And then you know, mortgage stuff, because we do a little bit, because we talk about that a little bit on the podcast. Like I haven't really, and this is where I needed to be better at, is posting more mortgage specific stuff. Like you clearly can see who I am, and that's the thing is like for me, agents, like I want agents to be able to be like, oh, I can relate to this guy, I can talk to this guy, and so it's opened up a lot of doors in that sense, in terms of like agents being to see who I am, because like I'll walk in and like a lot of them will just word vomit and literally just we'll have a conversation and they'll just open up immediately because I feel like they've went and watched social media clips and like they already know me. Like I've already opened up to them, so they reciprocate it and open up to me, which is what I want. You know, I want to develop that sort of relationship. So it's helped in that sense. What else? I mean, I've gotten a few clients through social media, but like I said, most of the time it's just people, you know, like basically anytime someone adds me, or follows me, I say thank you. Depending on who they are, like I'll look at any mutual friends and just kind of. That's the thing. Social media, you're supposed to be social. Like so, like anybody that follows me, and I'm gonna look through. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, I see. You know, we've got these mutual connections. Like, how do you know so and so? Or like, if it's an agent, like, oh, how's your business been this year? Thanks for following me. Like, anything specific you have questions about, ask. Like, I'm here to help. And so, yeah, I mean, it's been great in that sense. It's opened up a lot of more so referral partners than actual clients. But for me, referral partners are the name of the game. You know? So
one referral partner is going to generate a lot of business.
Exactly. So, but yeah,
I think that's where like a lot of people like get stuck, is they're like, oh, hey, like I want to know if I do this, I get that one client back. And it's like, it is building that brand and it's building the authority, but it's more so of like your mortgage specific content or my digital marketing and personal branding content. Usually, very rarely is it ever going to like push someone over it might push them over the top, but it's not the reason why they're doing it. They've seen all of the other 90% of stuff and they're like, okay, he's the guy.
I trust this guy.
Yeah. He knows what he's talking about. He's not a moron.
Right. Exactly. Like, because they say, what do they say? People work with you because they know, like, and trust you. You know, so they're getting to know me just because of, I'm very open on my podcast about all sorts of aspects of my life. Like, my kids, my divorce, where I'm at with everything and all that. So everybody, like, it's like, you should know me by the time you're done listening to this podcast. And then, you know, like, you know, I hope, I feel like I'm a likable guy, I guess. And then trust, obviously, track record, like, a lot of the time, like posting reviews and testimonies that I get from clients. I mean, I always tell people, I'm like, yeah, just if you really want to know who I am as a loan officer, like, go look at my
Look at my
Google
stuff.
reviews. I've got
Yeah.
like 500. I've got 500 5-star reviews. Go
Yeah.
check it out. I
Yeah.
mean, like close, 300 and something. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, go check them out. Like
Yeah.
if that's what you want to see and that's what you want. Like there's that. So I don't know. I feel like more, on the personal side, I feel like that's become a bigger thing for me.
Yeah.
Because for so long, like I felt like I had to be a chameleon. Like I actually literally just talked about this yesterday on the show, um, about being a chameleon.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I have to like for so long, um, blend into like who I'm talking to. Because I mean, I've got 30 different agents that I'm talking to at any given time,
Mhm.
and obviously you want to build more and all that, and like not all 30 agents have the same personality, want the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you mix and match that? And personality wise, not everybody's the same. So it's like for a while there, I was like trying to like be a chameleon and blend into their personality to get them to like me. Now I'm like, fuck it, I don't care if they like me, they like me. If they don't, I'm gonna be all right. It's not
Yeah.
like I felt like I was losing myself, and that's not something
Yeah.
that I wanted to do anymore. And since then, like I have so much less stress. Like it's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I
So
imagine. I imagine. What are you most excited about, like moving forward, business, all the different stuff you got going on?
so building on a team. So I mean, it's tough. Like you're there's like you got to go out and find somebody that's willing to come together, join a team, start a team, or be on a team.
Mhm.
Most people, well, what's the perks? But then we get to talking about like, hey, what my team is, the kind of perks of being associated with our team, in terms of there's certain things. But yeah, I mean, that's a goal, building that out. I've baseball's always been a passion of mine. I've been approached to possibly buy a baseball organization here in St. Louis, which I would love that. It's an old school organization that they weren't around when I was playing, but like the guys that run it were coaches of mine.
Sure.
And like I would love to take that and turn that into, because you don't see it much on the baseball side, but like the video concept, like
Mhm.
the social media aspect, the branding of it. You don't like that's the fun stuff. You don't see that.
Mhm.
But like I want to get a like I would like, hell yeah, I'm coming in first day, boom, I'm hiring a production crew or videographer to come in
Yeah.
and just start filming content
Yep. Mhm.
and just getting it out there
Mhm.
and growing the organization that way. But making it, that's the thing, is like a lot of these things are money grabs and
Yeah.
it drives me nuts. And that's what I like about this is like they could expand, but like, I and throw so much more and bring in so much more revenue, but they don't. They keep it small, which is what I like. But it's not so much like when I'm saying branding and bringing all this attention. It's more like what can we do to help kids get to the next level? Because it
Yeah.
is so hard for kids, like high school kids, to get into college baseball now
Mhm.
with the limitations that they're putting on the number of players on a roster and
Mhm.
scholarships, and then the transfer portal. I mean, I always like the guys that I coach. I'm like, just get in anywhere,
Yeah.
whether it's NAIA, D3, JUCO, just get in.
Get in. Yeah.
There's no loyalty anymore. Just take advantage of the system and get in, and then hit the transfer portal.
Yeah.
But you got to get in and perform.
Yeah.
So
It's like
yeah,
it's like entrepreneurship
yeah,
before
yeah,
you're an
right,
entrepreneur.
right, exactly. You're these. That's why I like these baseball players. I mean, it's a tough road to get in and succeed and move on. But yeah, those are a couple things. Obviously, like just being able to spend more time with my boys. I do. So I'm divorced and all that. It sucks, but thankfully, I've got a great relationship with my ex-wife. Hell, we've got a better relationship now than we did when we were married. We just realized, like, hey, we're not supposed to be married. We created two beautiful humans. That's what we were meant to do,
Mhm.
and then we were meant to not be together.
Mhm.
And so, but and she's a realtor. They get mad when you say realtor, but realtor. And we still work together. And her boyfriend's also a realtor. We work together. Great couple, and way more way happier than I and her and I ever were. But now her and I have a great relationship and are able to raise these boys so they can see what it's like to a mom and dad to have a good relationship, because they weren't seeing that before. So that's a goal, is continue to build my relationship with my boys, with my ex-wife and her partner, so that my boys get the best example from both sides. And we're just raising them to be great young men. That's the key. That's what we want is great young men. And so that's a huge goal of mine. Getting roped into coaching T-ball, that's been one thing. I'm gonna just leave that. I don't have the patience for that. So I'll just let those coaches handle that. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it has to do with my kids.
Yeah.
That's the
awesome.
Biggest thing, and relatively new father.
Yeah.
So how old now?
We just turned 1.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
How
insane.
fast that year go?
Dude, it's bizarre. And now he's running all over the house.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like
it's a whole new level of parenting once they get mobile, right?
dude, it's like you come home after work, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, you feel like you're going on a marathon, just chasing him around, doing all that stuff until he goes to bed. And then you're like, oh my gosh, now I need to go to bed right now.
Boop, I'm out. Yeah, you gotta get those Z's when you can.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, this has been an incredible episode. I'm really glad we got the opportunity. Where can people stay connected with you online?
So biggest one is Instagram. So STL_mortgage nerd. Yeah. So yeah, the mortgage nerd. And then Facebook is just Patrick Doyle. I have TikTok, which is the same as Instagram, and then LinkedIn. Podcast, the Zach and Pat Show.
Yep.
That's something that we started a year ago. That Zach texted me on a Saturday, and I responded, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." By the following Wednesday, we were up and running. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we just kind of jumped in, and it'll be a year come December, and we're planning on episode 100 coming out here pretty soon. So
love it.
Yeah, so if you really want to get to know me and follow along, we would love to have you check out our podcast, the Zach and Pat Show.
That's awesome. We'll put all that stuff in the show notes. And thanks again, man, for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
And thanks again to you for listening to today's episode. Make sure to go follow Pat, check out everything he has going on in the show notes. And thank you again to our title sponsor, Go High Level. Without them, we aren't able to produce the quality of content or have amazing guests on like we did today with Pat. Check out a free extended 30-day trial in the show notes of GHL. Make sure to leave us a 5-star review, making a big push so that way we can continue to move the needle and get more people listening. And remember, authority isn't built overnight, it's built over time.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. We sure do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed to the show wherever you consume podcasts. This way you'll get notifications as new episodes become available. If you feel so inclined, please leave us a review. We sure do appreciate it. Until next time, friends.